Well, you mentioned about heat. What about cold?
Cold is really the one overlooked problem because, and we also call refrigerators the frenemy because you think you protect your insulin from the heat by putting it in the refrigerator, and that may be even worse than leaving it out of the refrigerator. And the science behind it is very straightforward. Insulin is a protein and it degrades when it's exposed to heat. It's like, so the fast version of protein degrading is when you fry an egg in a pan. The proteins lose their structure and they have a different structure. And this is what happens slowly when insulin is exposed to heat. So starting the moment you take insulin outside the refrigerator, it starts to slowly degrade. And the higher the temperature is, the faster this process becomes. And this is a very well-known problem. All educators, all clinicians educate patients properly about this, and most patients are very aware of this problem. This is why there exists a multitude of cool bags and other solutions to keep insulin cool. The overlooked problem is the freezing problem. So the refrigerator at home is not made to store medications. Refrigerators in the pharmacy are regularly maintained. They have super accurate and redundant thermostats and regulation mechanisms. They are operated by professionals who take protocols, and they're really very, very closely monitored, maintained, and operated. The refrigerator at home is made to keep cheese or butter or eggs or milk from going bad, but the way the regulation is it's very, very rough, so it can fluctuate. It does in fact fluctuate greatly, and sometimes it goes below freezing temperature for quite a long time. In fact, in a recent study made by a few Dutch hospitals and universities, it's been proven that 25% of patients accidentally freeze their medications in the domestic refrigerator. And in fact, 93% of patients do not store their medications in the domestic refrigerator as it is recommended by the manufacturer. So what happens when insulin is exposed to freezing temperatures is that the solution builds crystals, and these crystals break the molecule, the protein of insulin completely. So if insulin is frozen, it completely, totally loses its effectiveness. And this is why we call the refrigerator the frenemy.
So let's say it does freeze. What exactly happens on your cell phone?
There are two use cases. So either you're around this refrigerator and the temperature is dropping very fast, so you get an instant alarm because the sensor is connected to the phone, and it will give you an alarm that it's getting too cold too fast. And what you do is either you fix the setting on the refrigerator or you take it out of the refrigerator. But if you're not around and this happens in your absence, then the next time you're around the sensor, let's say you go back home and near your fridge, and the sensor connects with the phone, it will sync all of the data it was monitoring in your absence. In fact, it has enough memory to store up to 7 days of data, and you will know how long was the exposure and how cold was the temperature. And with this information, you can make an informed decision about to discard it or not.